Genesis 34. It's a really messed up story in some ways, in a lot of ways, and then it's just kind of about revenge and Jacob's sons doing just some really horrible things after some horrible things already done. Okay, chapter 34. And Dinah, the daughter of Leah, which she bare unto Jacob, went out to see the daughters of the land. And when Shechem, the son of Hamor, the Hivite, prince of the country, saw her, he took her and lay with her and defiled her. So he arred her. And his soul clave unto Dinah, the daughter of Jacob, and he loved the damsel and spake kindly unto the damsel. And Shechem spake unto his father Hamor, saying, Get me this damsel to wife. And Jacob heard that he had defiled Dinah his daughter. Now his sons were with his cattle in the field, and Jacob held his peace until they were come. And Hamor, the father of Shechem, went out unto Jacob to commune with him. And the sons of Jacob came out of the field when they learned it, and the men were grieved, and they were very wroth, because he had wrought folly in Israel in lying with Jacob's daughter, which thing ought not to be done. And Hamor communed with them, saying, The soul of my son Shechem longeth for your daughter. I pray you, give him her to wife. So he's not saying, he arred her and we're sorry and we're here to apologize. He's just going, he wants her for his wife. And make ye marriages with us, and give your daughters unto us, and take our daughters unto you, and ye shall dwell with us, and the land shall be before you. Dwell and trade ye therein, and get you possessions therein. And Shechem said unto her father and unto her brethren, Let me find grace in your eyes, and what ye shall say unto me, I will give. Ask me never so much dowry and gift, and I will give according as ye shall say unto me, but give me the damsel to wife. So he's saying, I will give you anything and everything you ask for. Just give me this, your daughter I just arred. Okay? And the sons of Jacob answered Shechem and Hamor his father deceitfully, and said, because he had defiled Dinah their sister. And they said unto him, We cannot do this thing, or give our sister to one that is uncircumcised, for that were a reproach unto us. But in this will we consent unto you, if you will be as we be, that every male of you be circumcised. Then we will give our daughters unto you, and we will take your daughters to us, and we will dwell with you, and we will become one people. But if ye will not hearken unto us to be circumcised, then we will take our daughter, and we will be gone. And their words pleased Hamor and Shechem, Hamor's son, and the young man deferred not to do the thing, because he had delight in Jacob's daughter, and he was more honorable than all the house of his father. And Hamor, so he's just like, oh yeah, no problem, I'm gonna go out and do it right now. Because he felt that those people are way more honorable. Of course, he'll do what he says, and this will be the agreement. But watch what happens. So he goes to this, he's willing just to be like debilitated and go through this painful process. And he's like, we don't know how old he is, but you can imagine. And it's, so watch what happens. And Hamor and Shechem his son came unto the gate of their city, and communed with the men of their city, saying, these men are peaceable with us. Oh, little do they know. Therefore, let them dwell in the land, and trade therein. For the land, behold, it is large enough for them. Let us take their daughters to us for wives, and let us give them our daughters. So, this is just too much, right? This like a prince, they call him, Hamor the Hivite. Oh, well, he's just like, maybe somebody we could see right now in that position, whose son is just wild and does wild things, and so he's just buying off the whole land, all the people, all because his son is just so wild, right? He's gonna force all his men to get circumcised, just so our son can have his way, right? Okay, so these men are peaceable with us, therefore let them dwell in the land, and trade therein. For the land, behold, it is large enough for them. Let us take their daughters to us for wives, and let us give them our daughters. Only herein will the men consent unto us, for to dwell with us, to be of one people, if every male among us be circumcised, as they are circumcised. So, they were just having to do the same thing that everybody in Abraham's household had to do that one day, right? All the men servants, everybody. So they're like, well, I guess they didn't all die from it. And so look what happens. This is all to cover up this guy's Arim, Jacob's daughter, Dinah. Okay, only herein will the men consent unto us, for to dwell with us, to be one people, of every male among us be circumcised as they are circumcised. Shall not their cattle and their substance and every beast of theirs be ours? Only let us consent unto them, and they will dwell with us. So that's kind of serious. Okay, so here we go. And unto Hamor and unto Shechem his son hearkened all that went out of the gate of his city, and every male was circumcised, all that went out of the gate of his city. So they all did it. And you can imagine none of them can move at all after they did this. So look what happens. And it came to pass on the third day, when they were sore, that the two of the sons of Jacob, Simeon and Levi, Dinah's brethren, took each man his sword, and came upon the city boldly, and slew all the males. They killed everybody there. So they tricked them. They told them to go and do that. They went and did that. It's like, that's wasn't enough punishment for what you have done to our sister. So the sons of Jacob came upon the slain, and spoiled the city, because they had defiled their sister. Oh wait, I missed something. And they slew Hamor and Shechem his son with the edge of the sword, and took Dinah out of Shechem's house and went out. So I guess they already had her like kept there. Maybe she's being held prisoner. Well, no wonder. So they took their sheep and their oxen and their asses, and that which was in the city, and that which was in the field, and all their wealth, and all their little ones and their wives took they captive, and spoiled even all that was in the house. So they completely destroyed this place. And they killed this prince Hamor and this his son Shechem that had done this to their sister. And Jacob said to Simeon and Levi, Ye have troubled me to make me to stink among the inhabitants of the land, among the Canaanites and the Perizzites. And I, being few in number, they shall gather themselves together against me, and slay me, and I shall be destroyed, I and my house. And they said, Should he deal with our sister as with an harlot? So that's the story of revenge. It's a pretty serious one. Okay, chapter 35. And God said unto Jacob, Arise, go into Bethel, and dwell there, and make there an altar unto God that appeared unto thee when thou fleddest from the face of Esau thy brother. Then Jacob said unto his household, and to all that were with him, Put away the strange gods that are among you, and be clean, and change your garments. So there we have the second instance of little strange gods, which are, again, we've only had one reference, which are probably little household idols or teraphim. And it's like, well, I don't know, we never found out like what, I'm sure she had to throw them away. She couldn't tell her husband that obviously she turned to God and she was not barren anymore and had Joseph and Benjamin. But I hope she got rid of those. Obviously she did, or God, but these people, even Jacob's people and people in his household, they are still having these things. So we have to mention that part. But he's not, saying, get out of my house. He's like, look, just put them away, put on clean clothes, and we are coming to this place. And let us arise and go up to Bethel, and I will make there an altar unto God, who answered me in the day of my distress, and was with me in the way which I went. And they gave God unto Jacob all the strange gods which were in their hand, and all their earrings which were in their ears. I don't know, that kind of makes it sound like they had teraphim rings or bracelets. Okay, well. And Jacob hid them under the oak which was by Shechem. So this is probably going to come up later, this oak tree. Look. That's what Rachel did, is hide them. And now he's hiding them. Because they never fully got rid of them. It's not funny, okay? And the journey and the terror of God was upon the cities that were round about them, and they did not pursue after the sons of Jacob. So Jacob came to Luz, which is in the land of Canaan, that is Bethel, he and all the people that were with him. And he built there an altar and called the place El Bethel, because there God appeared unto him when he fled from the face of his brother. But Deborah, Rebekah's nurse, died, And she was buried beneath Bethel under an oak tree, and the name of it was called Elon Bakuth. And God appeared unto Jacob again, and when he came out of Padan Aram, and blessed him. And God said unto him, Thy name is Jacob, thy name shall not be called any more Jacob, but Israel shall be thy name. And he called his name Israel. And God said unto him, I am God Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall be of thee, and kings shall come out of thy loins. And the land which I give Abraham and Isaac, to thee I will give it, and to thy seed after thee will I give the land. And God went up from him in the place where he talked with him. And Jacob set up a pillar in the place where he talked with him, even a pillar of stone. And he poured a drink offering thereon, and he poured oil thereon. And Jacob called the name of the place where God spake with him Bethel. And they journeyed from Bethel, and there was but a little way to come to Ephrath. And Rachel travailed, and she had hard labor. And it came to pass, when she was in hard labor, that the midwife said unto her, Fear not, thou shalt have this son also. And it came to pass, as her soul was in departing, for she died, that she called his name Ben-Oni, but his father called him Benjamin. And Rachel died, and was buried in the way to Ephrath, which is Bethlehem. And Jacob set up a pillar upon her grave. That is the pillar of Rachel's grave unto this day. So if we look up Bethlehem, Rachel's pillar, we should be able to find that. And I will try, Lord willing, on Shabbat to make this thing better. And so I can get to show pictures and get to websites. Like I put the pillar up right now, but I'll figure out how to do it on Saturday, and we'll definitely check that pillar out, which is in Bethlehem, right? So that's interesting. That okay, well, it's kind of a foreshadowing of, well, not really. I don't want to say something wrong. Okay. And Jacob set a pillar upon her grave. That is the pillar of Rachel's grave unto this day. And Israel journeyed and spread his tent beyond the tower of Edar. And it came to pass, when Israel dwelt in that land, that Reuben went and lay with Bilhah, his father's concubine, and Israel heard it. Now the sons of Jacob were 12. The sons of Leah, Reuben, Jacob's firstborn, and Simeon, and Levi, and Judah, and Issachar, and Zebulun. The sons of Rachel, Joseph, and Benjamin. And the sons of Bilhah, Rachel's handmaid, Dan, and Naphtali. And the sons of Zilpah, Leah's handmaid, Gad, and Asher. These are the sons of Jacob, which were born to him in Padan Aram. So that's it. These are the 12 tribes of Israel right here. Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, Joseph, Benjamin, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, and Asher. Okay. And Jacob came unto Isaac his father, unto Mamre, unto the city of Arba, which is Hebron, which Abraham and Isaac sojourned. Well, Arba in Arabic is four, and I think it means the same thing in Hebrew. I'm not sure, but that's kind of weird, right? Kind of the same. Okay. And Jacob came unto Isaac his father, unto Mamre, unto the city of Arba, which is Hebron, where Abraham and Isaac sojourned. And the days of Isaac were 180 years. So 20 is a score, 4 score is going to be 80. So Isaac was 180 years old. And Isaac gave up the ghost and died and was gathered unto his people, being old and full of days. And his sons Esau and Jacob buried him. So that's good. He and his twin brother were there and buried their father. And the next chapter has a lot of names. I think we'll wait till tomorrow for that. And then we're going to get into Jacob's son, Joseph specifically, and the dreams. And it's going to be very interesting. And then he will go to Egypt. It's very interesting. And then it's almost the end. Wow. That was really good, huh? Yeah, but I don't know. I think I should go on Google Maps and go to these places. Because my map does not have, like, Bethel. I mean, yes, it has Bethlehem on it, but places like Bethel. Well, that kind of seems like it's Bethlehem. But put on Aram. But maybe we'll just remember them. If we can. Like, where's this? The town of Edar? Like, I think what I'm going to do is, well, maybe it's over with. Maybe they're not going to mention that many different towns. But I'm sure they will. So I'm going to have to figure out on Shabbat if I can go on Google Maps and find these places. I don't think you can really go completely into Israel and the Third Temple area. They don't even let you see it on Google Maps. I'm pretty sure about that. In the gates and stuff like that. But it has to show these things better than my map. Because my map isn't listing any of this stuff. Or, it could be, maybe I won't concentrate so much on it. I don't think this is an emergency. I think the big deal is that Sukkah, that Jacob stayed there before Moses